happened at the end of the season? I mean, why did it take so long, or what kind of injury did you get? What happened?
Yeah, we need this. Um, yeah, I had a little, I don't know if you want to say, injury correlated with my surgery. Um, and yeah, simple as that, truthfully. And it just took a little bit longer than we all wanted, I guess. Um, yeah, simple as that.
So how close were you to getting back? I mean, the season's over. It's April 18th. Like, if you were in the playoffs, would you be playing in a week, or was it that much long term, or where were you at the end of the year here?
Um, I mean, there's a lot of injuries guys can play through in the playoffs, right? It's kind of hard to answer that any other way, but yeah. If we're in the playoffs right now, I would be playing game one. I would think.
And when you look at your season, obviously the injuries were frustrating. As you go to next year, isn't it in your mindset is simply your durability? This team needs you, and that's really going to be your off-season focus is just to be out there on a consistent basis.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not playing is frustrating for, myself especially, the team. It's just not ideal. So yeah, and I'm going to be doing a lot of things this summer to, give myself the best chance to play. Obviously, in all 82 games and some afterwards. Yeah, among a lot of other things I'll be working on this summer. But yeah, I mean that'll definitely be one of them.
In your view, what's different about you guys as a group and a team, and what kind of growth have you seen over the last year? What are the differences between now and a year ago?
Um, I would say how we approach every game, how we our mindset going into games. I think obviously there's things that we still need to work on to get obviously to our ultimate goal. But we definitely made strides this year, I would say. Defensively for sure. Um, I'm not gonna compare the prior year to this year, but in my eyes, there were definitely strides taken among the group as a whole, and I would say individual guys. Um, and that's what's going to take year after year in order to do what we want to do.
Jordan, back to you personally, just what was it like over these past 6 months to have all these stops and starts? I mean, you were very effective when you were in the lineup. I mean, just the mental toll that maybe took on you. I mean, we see you on the bench, during practice, and it's just, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot.
Yeah, it's mentally it is it can be tough, but an injury is an injury. There's not much. Of course, there's maybe some things you could say I could do in the gym recovery wise, but I don't know if there's a lot that I could have done to prevent the injury, right? So honestly, my focus has just been to get healthy as quickly as possible, and that's all I could really control, and that's kind of my mentality. You got to expect, maybe a setback here or there, with the surgery. But every day I go into the weight room and do my rehab, work out, and like I said, that's all I can control. That's where my mind has been the entire time. But I'll tell you, I'll be really excited to get back on the ice.
What allowed you to be so effective, in your opinion, when you were in the lineup? Because most nights you were pretty noticeable. Just your heaviness and just your involvement, I guess.
Um, what allowed me to do that? Is that the question?
Yeah. What allowed you just to have a season, it seemed like when you did play?
I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I had a good off season, right? You know, yeah, I don't know how to answer that truthfully. I mean, I don't know. I just go out there and try and play a physical power forward type game and try to do it to my best of ability. Why was I so effective at it? I don't know. I guess I'm pretty good at it. I don't know. I don't know.
Obviously, hockey is a contact sport. I mean, you break a bone, you break a bone.
Correct.
There's nothing you can do about that. But do you like to look at some of the injuries and say, I put myself in a bad spot there, that maybe I opened myself up to maybe getting hurt because I was in a bad spot or something like that? Do you ever like look at different hits? You are a physical player, or different things and say, maybe I put myself in a spot where I didn't need to and I wound up getting hurt by that. Do you ever look at that?
On the ice specifically, no. No, I mean, the things that happen on the ice are so quick, it's impossible to think about, right? So I don't even find a reason or see a reason for me to go back and be like, why did I do that, right? That's the decision that that's what needed to happen, and I did it. Can you look back at different ways that you train or what you focus on or what you don't do every day or what you do every day? Of course, absolutely. My off season might be a little bit different than it was last year, just because of obviously a surgery and. But the things that I do on the ice, no. If I have a shoulder injury and I'm back, a left shoulder injury, I'm still going to go out and throw a hit with my left shoulder. It's just, yeah.
Jordan, would you expect this injury to delay your off-season training in any way or impact anything like that, or is it you'd be pretty much good to go?
No, I think I'll be pretty much good to go. I think that was part of the thought process, for me, just in the rehab that I've done and the workouts that I've done, was to basically get me to a spot to where I could go into the off season, ready to train, ready to do what I need to do to come back and be 100% effective at training camp or the regular season, whatever you want to call it.
Team standpoint, this time last year, a lot of guys were talking about needing to be more accountable, to one another and things like that. Do you feel like you guys made some strides in that area this year?
Strides, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. There's still room for improvement, I think. There always is, right? But I think, a lot of guys, probably some of the older guys, the leadership crew, I think everyone truthfully in the room, but it's got to start somewhere. And so I think, guys talk about ways to be more accountable with ourselves and with other guys, whatever needs to be dealt with. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I do think strides were made. And strides are going to continue to be made if we want to get to our ultimate goal.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.